Hey, wagwan everyone. Welcome to the Schmooze with Fred MATUNGA. And Leo, we want to talk about the Gen Z, not to the new generation. I know all of us have a different opinion about the new generation. Vile wana live life yao as compared to other generations kama millennials ama Subaru guys tunaitanga. You guy, my guy. So today I'm with fine ladies. So before we get into the show, kindly I want them to introduce themselves.
Welcome everybody. My name is Sossi May, and I'm here to defend the values that are out there as a journalist.
Sup everybody, my name is Shaka. Atami leo, today is violence, each and every corner. Today Mr. Matunga is alone.
Mr. Matunga is always alone, but he can't be defeated. Kama kawaida. So
We shall see.
not to the new generation. First of all, Gen Z ni akina nani?
Gen Z, they keep on saying that it is between 95 or 96 all the way until 2002.
I feel this generation is misled. I feel this generation is lazy.
We stand on business.
What are you saying?
I'm saying it was harder being a person back in the day.
Therefore,
and like nowadays, it's not.
You cannot blame someone for being born in the correct time.
I'm not blaming anyone.
Therefore,
I feel like they should learn something
Just
from the
because
previous people.
we didn't go through the same reality as you does not make our experiences any lesser. Yeah?
Okay.
We have witnessed how hard work will lead you to greatness and wealth, but yet we're finding other avenues to even gain more that kind of income in a faster rate.
So those are the advantages. How is Gen Z portrayed in this society?
they have never been better inventors and innovators in any other time like right now.
I tend to disagree.
I think we're learning what past experiences and histories have resulted and then finding solutions in between them. Because we're learning from your lessons.
I'd say right now there's a lot of pressure as compared to back in the day. If you look at back in the day, you didn't have to know what the fuck your classmate is doing right now, who you met 20 years ago. You didn't have to know. You didn't have to know what your ex is doing. You had no clue what your class prefect is up to right now. But right now, there's a lot of pressure on especially women. There's a lot of pressure because you're seeing people out there living life, which doesn't really mean it's a real life, because you can just go take a picture with a Lamborghini and post it with a bunch of food. It doesn't mean you're happy. So back in the day, that pressure wasn't there. Someone had time to actually focus on what they want. Back in the day, you didn't know what the other person was doing, so you had time to just focus on what you want. But now you wake up in the morning and you're like, I've been going hard for 4 years. I'm a Gen Z. I'm seeing Nani just bought a new Benz out of nowhere. And you're wondering, what am I not doing right? Or Nani has like this type of life. And now that pressure gets to you and you start living your life based on the things you saw.
There's always been pressure across generations. Maybe right now the pressure is more intense because everything is on the internet now. But back in the day, also, careers nzuri zilikuwa bankers, lawyers, teachers. Now let me tell you, baba yako angejua baba ya kijana mlisoma naye mwenye alikuwa amekuwa banker. Nakuta nakwambia umo na nani wamefanya 1 2 3 amenunua shamba. The pressure is still there.
The pressure is still there.
It is.
But it's not.
But right now it's more intense.
Power is less compared to you. I would honestly say currently, the way this kind of second Great Depression is going, that's what we're having right now.
This is the generation where we have the most depressed people. We have the most single people.
Just because you don't want to have a TikTok account does not justify what everybody's doing on their millennial ages.
People who are married at 20, what are you saying? These things happen. It's not all Gen Z that are, what did you call it, depressed.
Or having
or scared of commitments and abandoned
relationships.
There are millennials who did the traditional thing, married, and are now cheating on their wives with several women, including the house help who lives in the same house as the wife. Saying
What
we don't
actually-
take relationships
what-
seriously.
That's someone doing that. That's not an entire
it's a-
generation.
That is my
What is
point.
tradition?
Oh, okay.
What is tradition?
That's nice.
Tradition is a social norm that has been passed down from one generation to the next.
Okay.
Masais, one man can marry multiple women. Sindio.
Yeah.
But now the boys have been integrated in that kind of society. They're going to do it, replicate it everywhere to the point where it's going to be looking normal.
Yeah.
Okay, now if you see that pattern, then you go now to the States because thank you TikTok for education, thank you internet for providing so much information, that we see the same polygamous behaviors in other cultures, many of culture.
Yeah.
Because in the sake of tradition, and even when you come, let me just tie down to Christianity, it says go forth and prosper and spread your seeds. Sindio.
Yeah.
But then there's some folks out here who say we don't want that kind of lifestyle. Eh?
Gen Z, I think most Gen Zs don't know about polygamy. Polygamy just 100 years ago was something that was normal all across the world, everywhere in the world.
The people who marry multiple wives still.
So
And then we have our demonized cheaters right now.
Gen Zs are the most single people on the planet right now. Why? It's all
Because
the
they're also
same.
the most traumatized, I think.
So
They've
the-
lived through Gen Z right now, ndio wale watu wazazi wao walikuwa drunkard fathers and violent dads and because
Yeah, 'cause they
millennials
lived a life
are
where they didn't know what the fuck is going on. So they were depressed people.
who?
Gen Z's fathers lived, they didn't have internet to find information. So most of them relied on their self-awareness.
And so because there is a cause, the effect
Millennials
does
have
not
had
matter.
access to
Gen
them.
Z's parents, when they were growing up, they didn't have
But
internet.
millennials were bigger brothers and bigger sisters and older cousins.
You guys are killing me. Look at Nashinsky. He's doing good. Why? This guy took 10 years off just to build himself. When he comes back, he's a monster. Now, when you don't build yourself, and I feel like the Gen Zs are not taking time.
Nairobi, Kenya, right? There's this kid, our generation, whom denied an interview with the CEO because it was clashing with his gym schedule. He chose self-care over going for a job interview.
That's stupidity. A job interview
You
is
see,
one
when
day.
we
You
do
build
it-
yourself. When you come to Gen Z, you find someone, you're 26, you've already built everything. You get what I'm saying?
I beg to disagree. I beg to
Because
disagree.
what you're trying to pitch is that millennials are more consistent compared to Gen Zs.
What I'm-
But all in all, you never know when your moment is going to come. What matters is how much are you willing to put in the work.
Exactly.
How,
And
like the consistency and the efforts that you actually put doesn't matter which generation that you're in. There's still some guys. You have your Bezos, you have your who is this kid who's creating like plastic diesel in the freaking internet. There's Nikita Kering who's been honing her skills ever since she was
She's a kid. Yeah.
You never know when your moment is going to come. What
Exactly.
matters is how much consistency do you have in this.
it is individual choice. It does not matter what generation you are. Useme, see the way Jay-Z made it? That was smart. You know what I'll do if I get $1 million right now? I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do that. Or I'll go to the club and I'll spend it.
Can you agree with me when I say the problem is never getting the opportunity or making it? The problem is always maintaining that
But that does not matter what
opportunity.
generation you're in.
It matters. Now, what makes you... Let me tell you something. You've said, for this generation, you can watch what Akina Jay-Z did and just imitate. That won't make you a Jay-Z. You have to go through what he went through. In not like suffering or anything. Elon Musk was called crazy for 10 years, making losses for 10 years, being on news for 10 years, building things that people say that won't work for 10 years. Jeff Bezos had Amazon for 18 years without making a single cent. Jack Ma went to 1,000 people and not anyone said yes. Now, what made these people progress is, you see, these 18 years, they were building themselves. It's not possible for them to go back down.
Let me tell you why you think Gen Zs need to go through it. It is because for us, we have it here.
True.
Okay, it's on our fingertips.
You don't need to cram
we don't
all the
need
countries in
to
Africa.
we don't need to go outside and tarmac Say kuna my jobs in Kenya. It's a working platform. It's free. You don't need to tarmac for 3 years. You can just put in your application, hapa pale pale. 15 companies in one afternoon. Hata zikirejectiwa zote leo, you do that again tomorrow and the next day and the next day.
I mean, we all try to top each other in one way, shape, or the third.
Isn't that the best thing though? Wouldn't you want the person
Won't you
who
want
is
your younger one to have a better life than you did?
I would.
Exactly.
So
But
would you not
I'd
give
want
them the
I'd want
information
I'd
that
want
they
them to
need?
be strong as I am too.
Well, they'll be strong in another way. Thick skin doesn't always mean you stand under the sun.
You can download Trace Academia. It's a free online app, yeah? You can learn whatever you want, digital marketing, DJing, how to be an entrepreneur, just from your phone.
That's the Trace app.
Yeah, Trace Academia. Yes, it's
Yeah,
on
I've seen
Google,
it.
it's on Apple stores.
I've seen it.
Get that.
Yeah, and upskill yourself as
Get
you're
it.
adulting. And you know what? These things can, who knows, you may earn you money.
They're still giving you more shortcuts, but it's okay. You just go earn your money.
You make that bag. It does not matter how. Just, well, not illegal. If you're going to go that way, then
Make it still legally.
please try some legal avenues anyway. Get the bag, guys. And if you can get it from the comfort of your home, do not feel guilty about it. Sit down and make your money.
Okay, I give it to the Gen Zs today. The Gen Zs have won. I'll still give them my advice either way. Work on yourself, man. That's what will determine how far you take your success. Getting $1 million is not hard, but growing past that $1 million is the problem. Everybody gets opportunity. Not no one takes it far. Sossi may have told you guys there's an app. It's called what?
Trace Academia.
Trace Academia. So if you're creative, download it. It has a lot of information.
Not
By
just
the way,
creative, it's open to anyone who's willing to build themselves.
like I said,
Self-care, guys.
go build yourself now your app. By the way, self-care. Trace Academia. It will help you. Anybody on Kana Beef. Bye.
Welcome, Juicy.
Manze, ongeza na Roiko. Peace out, guys.
Peace. Yo, and that was the Schmooze with Fred Matunga.